Hey friends, I wanted to make a really quick video. My kids are awake and they're a little feral today, so it's gotta be quick. But I wanted to touch on something that I've mentioned in several of my videos, but I've never made it its own standalone video. And I feel like every time I mention it, someone's like, oh my gosh, I never thought to do that. And so I wanted to make it its own thing, but I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about how I get the most bookings and am able to have the most join conversations possible from anything that I do anytime I capture information. So there's a lot of different reasons in your business that you're going to use forms. And you can use things like Jotform, Google Forms, whatever works best for you. But there's a lot of things in your business that you're going to use forms for. And if you're not using forms and you're just having people comment, you're missing a really cool booking and join conversation opportunity. So if you can, as often as possible, if you're saying, hey, I'm mailing out some samples or I'm mailing out some catalogs, whatever you can think of, any reason that you would need people to say, I want one, or me too, or I'm interested, or anything that you're fishing for business with, try to say, if you would, please fill out this form. Even if your post says, hey, just comment below, and then you text them, hey, could you fill this out so I have the right information for you for mailing or whatever you are trying to get from them. So get their address, their email, their phone, their name, but on every form you make, no matter what, this is what I put on it. I will always ask, how interested are you in learning more about earning free and half price products by having an online scent social or whatever you run your business like? So how interested are you in learning how to get free and half price Scentsy? The next one is, how interested are you in learning more about earning a little extra money with Scentsy? But that's not all. So the trick to that is, and you may already be asking those questions, but the problem is you're asking them as yes or no questions. Don't ask them as yes or no questions. This is the ticket. Ask them as on a scale of 1 to 10, period. Every time, scale of 1 to 10. The reasoning is because if someone has a choice, yes or no, they will always say no if they feel like they have to overthink it or they have to if they're trying to kind of avoid things. It's the same thing as when you post something on Facebook or when your friend posts something on Facebook about their business, but you're very much not interested. You don't like it or comment it usually because you don't want them to PM you, right? So first things first, if someone is liking or commenting on any of your business posts, they are interested no matter what. So pay attention to those likes and comments. In the same way, if you ask a yes or no question, it's basically a engage fully or completely avoid kind of situation. And they're gonna scroll by just clicking no. What you do with a 1 to 10 or a 0 to 10 scale is you make them go, oh wait, this isn't yes or no. So number one, they're surprised. And then they start weighing their options. They're like, well, I'll just press, if they're not interested, they're gonna put 0. But a lot of those people that would have pressed no because they were only kind of, but not fully, like a big yes interested, are gonna put a number on there that's not 0, I promise you. My kids are feral. You will get a lot of 2s, 3s, 4s, things below 5. Some you'll have a 7. But the funny thing is, this gives you so much more of an insight to how interested they are than a yes or no question, because we always know that no's often mean not right now. And that's because there wasn't a middle answer. It's a not right now. It's not a no. It's just, this isn't a good time for me. But those middle numbers, and there's such a huge range of them because the only ones that are extremes are the 0 or the 1 and then the 10, right? 10 is, they're set them up. Tomorrow's great. But 0 is, nah. But anything in between are those people who are like, I thought about it, maybe. I guess I'll take some information. It takes the pressure off of having to have that yes or no answer, that true or false, that right or wrong. It lets them feel like they're more in control of answering that question based on how they really feel about it. So I do a scale of 1 to 10 anytime I ask a question like that, because number one, most of the time, it's not a no, it's a not right now, or a I don't have enough information to make a decision about this yet. So scale of 1 to 10, try that. I want to see if that works for you guys. It works for me. It opens up a lot of booking and informational conversations that I maybe would not have had with people who would have just pressed no to get on with the form. So the 0 to 10 is a huge tool that I use in my business for any form I have anyone fill out, because it gives me the in to have those conversations. So I want you to try that. If you've not tried the sliding scale of 0 to 10 or 1 to 10, try that and let me know how much better information you get from your people because of that, and how many more conversations you find yourself having when they don't have the option to say no, or they have the option to say no, but they have so many other options as well. It's not just black or white. So let me know what you think. Let me know if that works for you. It's something I've been doing for a lot of years because I learned it when I was a baby consultant at World Tour from someone else, and I thought it was genius. It was something that they used in just like conversations. Like if they were in line at the grocery store, that's a conversation they would use. That's how they would use that with somebody. Or anytime somebody mentioned something, they would always do a scale of 1 to 10. How interested are you? Just to gauge that, because when someone doesn't get a yes or no question, it makes them really think about the question versus just pressing no just to get on with it. But when you make them think about those questions, you're going to get really surprising answers. Bye, guys.